Hi, it's a crafty chick, and I am just getting online to craft while I'm at home, hoping everybody else is doing well. Most of us right now are on stay at home or shelter in place orders. And crafting is really great therapy. So I decided I was going to work on my paper pumpkin today. I did do a live video earlier on Facebook showing my paper pumpkin, and I thought that, yeah, there we go, that I would just work on it and we can chit chat and discuss whatever. As if we were all crafting together in the same room at a crop. And I'm going to fix. So this is going to be pretty informal. Let's see. I need to get all of my little lights. It's kind of dark here. It's very cloudy. And the tree in front of my window has grown so much lately. We've had almost 3 weeks of straight rain and another week to come. So, trying to walk the dog as much as possible in the rain and or between days that rain, because she doesn't like to go out in the rain, and who can blame her? I don't either. So I thought, well, while I'm stuck indoors, I will put myself in the studio and just hang out. Now, for those of you wondering, this is just water, but why not drink water in a fancy glass so we all feel special? So I just thought, it makes it fun. It's a little different. Ooh. Water, tap water. Yeah, there's no bottled water to be had around here. I was able to snag a loaf of bread and a package of sliced cheese the last time I went out shopping, and of course I consider myself to be one of the lucky ones. That was the 4th time I hit the store and finally found the bread. So I haven't really been going out, trying to stay indoors and stay healthy. I have a little bit of sniffles today because of the weather. There's a lot of pollen in the air right now, a lot of pollen. So I'm trying to be careful. I'm going to turn the YouTube on my phone. Let's see if I can get that to work. So that way, if you guys have any questions or there's any discussion, hopefully I will be able to see it. I can't guarantee I'm not going to have interruptions from my family. Oh wait, there's the live chat right there. And good, because my phone is not working in that format. Okay, so I will say hello and get it started. All right. There, now I can see the chat. I'm using OBS and I haven't set the chat up on the OBS yet, even though you can, because I pretty much downloaded it a couple hours ago, set up a few cameras, and went live on Facebook. So, as if you could not guess, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Wait, everything is mirror image on the camera. Stampin' Up! So, I am happy to be a demonstrator for you. If you already have a demonstrator, then by all means, please stick with your current demonstrator. Let me fix this. There we go. Now we can see what we're working on. And I had plans to do local classes as well. And the place I was going to use for my local classes, after we set up everything, it was a local diner. They went ahead and, well, they sold the diner, not like behind my back or anything, because it's not my diner, but I did not realize they were in the process of selling it. I guess they were not wanting to advertise that, which is understandable. But then the new owners decided they did not want. Oh, hi, Paulette. So get in your craft room and let's get crafting. I know you're not feeling very well, but I'm glad to see that my stream is working. I guess you can tell I'm kind of bored. Ooh, that's loud. Hold on a second. Yikes. Ooh, that's loud. I forget what I was saying. Not important. Okay, so I'm gonna do my paper pumpkin. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, what a goober. This one's cute. The other ones, I gotta be honest with you, I don't know how I feel about those. Okay. And I know I'm supposed to get on here and say, oh, it's so cute, everything's cute. A lot of demonstrators, you know, because of course you want to promote your company. And I am not saying anything against Stampin' Up! Ever. I love Stampin' Up! To death. The people that run it are great. The customer service people are amazing. All the other demonstrators are just super. But I do believe that, and being honest, and that I have the right to also express my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is I'm hoping it'll grow on me, because this right here, I guess it's supposed to be for a rainy day, but like I'm trying to figure out how am I going to make a cheerful card out of a rainy day piece of paper. What do you think, Paulette? How am I going to do that? You're very creative. I bet you could come up with something. I know Stamp a Blessing has some really good alternatives, but you know, and Paulette was telling me to go look at them, but I haven't had a chance to yet. I was Skyping with my sister a little bit yesterday, after we did all our chores and stuff, and opened up the paper pumpkin just to take a look at it and see what all is in here, but there's my southern accent. What all? That's not proper English. To see what was in here, and I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Oh wait, what are all this? What's all these little dots on here? I didn't do my rain on here. Ooh, silly me. Well, I did like the basic put together of this, but I didn't do the extras. I don't know if I want to use gray for the rain, but I guess we'll see. I'll use what they provide. I was thinking a different color might be better. Excuse me while I grab all of my ink. Move my stuff out of the way. Ooh, I wonder if you can see my blinking lights. I have some pretty cool lights down here. There's a little bit of a... There we go. Oh, no, I don't think you can. Let me see. Let's turn these off. Ooh, I got some cool blinking lights under here. Mode. No, I don't think you can. Oh, well. That's okay. I guess one of the reasons why I might be bummed about this paper pumpkin is because I've just dealt with so many weeks of rain that I'm done with the rain. By the way, here is a cool little thrown together doodad project I did. Since we all have lots of time, I'm going to go ahead and change the camera. So this is, I found this in Ross or TJ Maxx, something like that. Anyway, it's supposed to be like a drawer organizer, like you put your socks and underwear in there. And when I saw it, I had a vision. And it actually, the vision came to life. It worked well. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I found these. So these are just little pieces of cardboard, and I have them, I use them as inserts in the card kits that I send out, and I cut them in half, and they fit perfectly in between each one. So these are all of my these are all of my stamp ink pads. Oh my gosh. So don't do that. Anyway, the reason I put the cardboard in between is because I hope that didn't turn my computer off. It looks like it's still going. Yikes. It landed on the keyboard and everything, knocked over all of my tools. Oopsie, oopsie. Anyway, so I have cardboard in between because when I didn't and I went to go take one out, I was having to like pry them apart. So putting cardboard in the middle helps. Then I can just pull it out like that real easy. Anyway, and then I can just look at it quickly and find the thing I'm looking for. I do have one of the Stampin' Up! Towers for where you can put like 5 pieces of ink, and it's filled with all of my markers. But it would have cost me probably about $120 to do the whole thing that I wanted, and this cost me $3. So plus whatever, you know, this was $3 for 100 pieces of cardboard. So definitely, you know, less than $5 to make this. I looked on YouTube on different places or different videos on how they were making their own, and most people are making it from cardboard. Now where am I going to put this? So I didn't want to do that. Move this over here where I can get at it, because it uses a lot of cardboard and a lot of tape and glue and measurements and hours of work, and at the time it just did not seem worth all that trouble to me, and frankly it still doesn't. So excuse me if I do sniffle every now and then. Also, what I show on my paper pumpkin videos, which I didn't do today, maybe that stuck together, is how to get the most out of your kit. So you can always look at my Facebook to see what I did last month. When you have these cute envelopes like this, I take them apart and I use this piece with either white cardstock or colored cardstock, and I make additional cards using these. Also, I pulled this out. I don't have the umbrella stamp or punch or whatever that is the new one from Stampin' Up! That would go with this, that a lot of people are using for their alternate projects. So I'm thinking this might be cute to use on here. What do you think? I have a bunch of them that I've already made. Oops. Let's see. I have to go back. Okay, I'm going to do that so I can get behind here. Behind the curtain. Do not look behind the curtain. Let's get my punches. Here we go. I also got my hot air balloon and my hot air balloon punches. That might be good too, because it's called Above the Clouds, right? And there's clouds in here. You could use that one. Ooh, okay, now the creativity is coming along. This shirt's supposed to be like off there, but I don't like that. Sorry for the noise. Where are my cutouts? Here they are. I have a lot of these lady cutouts. I should use these drawers. I got this portable storage unit, and I should use it. Okay. That's what happens when I get a creative bug in my bonnet. I start pulling out all kinds of stuff. Okay, so I pre-cut and colored a bunch of these one day when I was bored, and I said to myself, they're going to come in handy. None of them have the umbrella though, right? Do any of these have the umbrella, or is it just the lady skipping? Ooh, no umbrellas. Okay, I really wanted an umbrella. Oops, her arm is ripped. Okay, no umbrellas. So I'm going to have to make some new ones using the umbrella lady. I wish I could put some music on in the background, but then YouTube won't let me play. It'll kick me off for copyright infringement. Because when I'm crafting, I usually like to try to listen to music. And my latest kick is country. Keith Urban, Rascal Flatts. What we used to call back in the late 90s, new country. Which 20 years later, it's not new anymore, but I still think of it as new country. I have some of these other things that I've cut out, colored. Okay, those will not apply. Oh, the lady with the umbrella. I knew I had some. And she's wearing a nice bright dress. I colored that wheel. Some lovely lipstick and cherry. What is that? Cherry cobbler, in case you're wondering. And yes, those are Stampin' Up! Marker colors. Okay, put these pre-cut items back in here. All right. So let's see how this lady looks. Get one of these out. Ooh, that would look good because she just pops right out of the page, doesn't she? That is cool. Yes, that might just work. I'll have to come up with a nice background or something else. We can put, let's see. Maybe put the door behind her? Hey, now we're getting somewhere. We can make the door. Where's that? Yeah, like that. And put some more grass so it looks like maybe a sidewalk or something. Okay. Trying to figure out perspective of the lady to the size of the door. The door will have to appear far away. And then this is supposed to go in front of the door, I believe, which is why it's marked out like that. But then the flowers will be bigger than her. It's pretty big flowers. Well, it could work. We'll see. I'll have to play with it. I will have to play with it and see how I want to do that. So before I do that fussy cutting, let's see. I have to turn my light on. What happened to my light? I have lights under my desk, like I said, because that's where all my paper is stored. And sometimes there's a short. Why isn't it coming on? Oh, that's the first time it didn't come on. Uh-oh. I need a flashlight now. Let's see. Here's my scraps. Okay. I'm going to do some stamping and fussy cutting. So right now it is like 7 o'clock at night here. And I am fully expecting somebody, usually my kids or my husband comes in because they haven't seen me in about an hour, so I'm fully expecting to have one of them come in sooner or later. So since I am going to color, I'm going to use this. I put a little sticker on here. You probably can't see it because it's just so old. They say blends. And here's my black marker. So if you're going to do watercolor, you're going to want to do use the StazOn. And that's the great with the watercolor paper. If you're going to color with your markers, and then you want this one, it's marked blends. So I'm going to do this. First I'm going to go like that because sometimes there's sticky film or something on it, and it doesn't always come out good the first time. There it goes. Also, where is the spongy thing? I can use my sponge. If you don't have a sponge, you can always use, this is just a mouse pad with acrylic, photopolymer stamps. They come out better if you use a pad underneath it. And you don't need those with the red ones because they're already padded. So let's cut a few of these. I'm just going to stamp a few of these here, and then I'm sure I'll use these in something. I need to get an ink refill for my black. I've been saying that for a long time now. It's drying out. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to show you a trick to wipe. If you wipe most of the ink off, then when you use your stamp cleaner, and it can get as dirty. This has been washed and washed, and it doesn't matter how dirty that gets. This is called the chamois, and that's available in the Stampin' Up! Book. I like to keep that on hand. Now, this here These are supposed to line up. That came off of, it's off camera, came off of this. Now this is supposed to line up with these flowers, so let's see if we can make that work. Oh my, it does. Okay. I want to use something bright, and I'm looking for the poppy. Poppy, 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 where are you? It's red. Oh no, since I dropped them all over the place, here we go. Of course it's on the bottom. Poppy Parade. This paper, I go back and forth, whether I put the paper in the red drawer or the orange drawer. Not sure which drawer I'm going to put that in. I keep going back and forth. Do you guys think that it should be, is it more orange or is it more red? It's kind of in the middle, isn't it? Okay, let's see. You know what? It looks like they've got some in between the spots where it's supposed to. Go ahead and drag it. There we go. Okay, line this up on top of the flowers. I think it's lined up. It's hard to tell. Which way does it go? Like that or like that? I can't tell with my glasses on and with them off. Alright, it's a little bit off, but I think I've got the idea. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it took a couple tries, but I got it. So that's cute. It gives you some pretty flowers. If you're really talented, you could color each one a different color by using your markers. If we were feeling super industrious. So how would that work, you ask? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Okay. These are Stampin' Write markers. Some of these colors are still current and some are not. So you're going to want to take this long part and you're going to color in, just color in that one, every other. Just, and let's see, a couple. Okay, so that's the real red. Whoops, I need to get that on there better. Alright, let's see how that works. And then let's try some, what is this? Coastal Cabana. Let's see how this works. I've seen people do this at craft fairs and such, but I haven't really tried it myself. Not sure how this is going to come out. So there's only one way to find out. Oh, there it goes. Now the ink is coming out. Okay. See, I had to rub on it for a long time for it to come out. What else? What else? Let's get some yellow in there. So this is sort of yellow. Mango Melody. The hard part is seeing where I went already because everything is pink from using the poppy on it. Oh, this is a nice juicy one. This is coming off real easy. Oops, I think I went over one that I already did, so I'm just going to do all the rest of them. Wow, it's hard to tell. I think I just went over some of the blue ones. Alright, let's see. Let's put this on top and see what happens. Oh, here's a quick tip that I learned just last week. If you breathe on it, when you do the markers, you breathe on it, it moistens it up a little bit because the markers can dry and then it won't transfer. So some hot breath. And I got it upside down. Wow. So some of the colors worked, as you can see. Pretty cool. So there's the Coastal Cabana, and there's the Mango, and then there's the Real Red. So cool. Um, You're just gonna have to have better lighting or better glasses and eyesight than I have in order for it to work. Ugh. I always get ink when I wash it. Whenever I wash this off, it rubs on my hand. Maybe the chamois will take some of it off. But instead of going like that with the chamois, I always go like this, and my hand is there, so it rubs all over my hand. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest of these in the red and hopefully line this up. I think if I line it up with one, yeah, if I line it up with one of them, they all, and I'm going to go over it again too, because it didn't go through very well. There we go. Ooh, that makes them real dark. And I was a little bit off on that one, but that's okay. That's why I did so many, so I can practice. Okay, so a couple of them came out good. Let's try and do this one a little bit over. Yeah, that'll be all right. It's like watercolor. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I just did it again a little to the right. That one doesn't come out very good. Let's see. There, that one has a little bit of multicolor in it. Okay. So your stamps are probably going to be stained like this, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like red food coloring or blue. Usually, I think more so red. There's some pigment in the red-based colors that stain, and the blacks too. The black stays on. This will stain, but it doesn't matter. They still work just as good whether they're stained or not. Okay, I'm gonna, oops, I forgot to color this part. I'm gonna need, do I have any brown? I think I'll use some, let's see how the green looks. Do some green leaves. You can just touch on the leaves a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Especially if your flowers aren't perfect, then, you know, your leaves don't have to be perfect either. That goes with the whole theme of watercolor. And, you know, if you ever read the comics in the Sunday paper, remember those old comics? Half the time I noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but I always did, that they colored outside the lines, and it was all very, like this, very off. It was just thrown on there. So I don't know why they did it that way, but that's what that always reminds me of when I do the haphazard coloring and it's not exactly perfect. Reminds me of those old comic book drawings, or the Sunday comics, because the Sundays were in color, the other ones were black and white. If you're old enough to remember that. There. So let's see, this is April 1st, so this is my grandfather's birthday, also my father-in-law's birthday, and let's see, I have a birthday at the end of the week for my nephew, and another one for my cousin, I think, later in the month, and that's it. I had a bajillion birthdays and other things in March. And I have 2 in April. That's it. And then I have a card swap I'm doing where I have to make some 4x6 cards and some memory decks, decorated memory decks things, and then oh, I messed that up. And then what else? I'm gonna put some shade on there, lighten it up a little bit, put some light green in the background to look like there's other foliage growing between the spaces, so it's not just white. Yep, I did all my March ones. I have my pen pal group that I'm sending all of those out. There's like 8 of them. Sending them out cards, and I made them little bracelets with their names on it. Hopefully they're not watching because that'll ruin the surprise. One of them is. Paulette was watching. She's one of my pen pals that I have out of my greeting card group. Let's see. That's it, really. Nobody's really doing swaps this month. Everybody's, you know... Oops, I keep grabbing for my scissors, but not yet. Not yet. Not yet, Yvette. I am going to find... Where is the crumb cake? I know, I have 2 of them. I ordered a second one by mistake. Here you are, crumb cake. Oh, it's in here somewhere. Okay. Now, where is my doodad? That one is not it. Okay. This is another way you can color. I do this all the time. Now, some people go like that and they pinch it together and they get it on the cover, but that never really works for me. So I just put the paintbrush on there. There's very little water on my paintbrush right now because I'm not using watercolor paper. So I'm just kind of using the ink only. This is dry. There's no water in it. Usually I have water in it, but right now it's dry. Because, like I said, I'm using regular paper, but you can still just spread it around. Since we're going with that messy watercolor look, why not? And I really don't know if it is good or bad or not to put this directly on the ink pad, but the way I look at it is it's my ink pad, I bought it, so that's what I'm gonna do. If it gets ruined, I'll either be without it or I will replace it, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna get ruined. I'm just barely brushing on it. I'm not brushing heavy, I'm not rubbing the spongy part off, I'm not ripping it, I'm just barely touching it. There, that's good. And then later I'll wash this off. I have a, where's my water bottle? I have a water bottle around here somewhere that I just used for paints. Alright, now we're going to cut it out. The joy of fussy cutting. So first I just do a general cut around with large scissors. That one's yucky, but I can use the other side. And then I will get into the nooks and crannies with the smaller scissors. I have been fussy cutting for a long time now, so I like to do it. Also, if you like to fussy cut, you can do that instead of always buying the frames that go, the framelits or dies that go with stamp sets where they just cut out this stamp, because you can do that yourself unless you want to use those, but I'm not going to spend $50 just on something I can fussy cut just to do outline stamps unless it's very intricate. Like the Eiffel Tower one, that is intricate. I am not even going to touch that. Not even going to try to do that one. So just go around it like this. And you can get as detailed or as generic as you want. I try to get a little bit close with leaving a little bit of white around it, just so you know what it is. There you go. That's it. That's about all that a framelit is going to do for you as well. Now you can get in there a little bit more if you want. The more detailed you're cutting, the more detailed your item will look, but it's not necessary. Most people don't get in there in the nooks and crannies. And again, if you want to fussy cut, you turn the paper and it will guide your scissors. You just turn the paper. See, I'm not turning my scissors, I'm turning the project that I'm cutting. And then that guides my scissors to where I want them to go. There, so I did it a little bit more detailed and got into the nooks and crannies of all of the leaves and the flowers. I'll work on my lighting. There we go. But you don't have to go that deep into it. Even if you just, you know, cut it out like, where is it? Like this one. Nope. I don't have that one. I just used it. So anyway, you could just go around it like the first time I did it. It doesn't have to be detailed, super detailed. And you don't even have to do the ins and outs like that. You can just do that, or you can use a circle punch. I wonder how that using this with the balloon punch would work, the hot balloon. Huh, that might work. I've already cut them out, but we can try that. See, all I did was use a small piece of scrap paper for this, so scrap paper is good. And I personally prefer to cut and then put it on. Oh, that's on a fold, so we'll just cut that flower right out. Oop, there it goes, and we cut out our mistake. I prefer to do this rather than stamp it directly on the actual card, because if I make a mistake, no big deal. I can just do it again on another piece of scrap. But if I make a mistake on my card, then I just feel awful about making a mistake, wasting the card, or I'll have to do something else to cover up the mistake. So, and whenever I stamp out something, I usually don't stamp out one. I stamp out several, because it doesn't take me too much extra time to do more, and then I have some on hand that I can just grab. And then I have a little bag that I keep all of my pre-cut items in. So I can just grab them, just like I did with the girl in the umbrella. There, so we're all done with that. With that, I'm not sure why I still have my mouse pad out. Okay. Love the background. Okay, Paulette, I'm really late in seeing your comments, so if you're still on, can you tell me what background you're talking about? Sorry. That one we'll see for later. Okay, now I have to put some raindrops on here. There's got to be some raindrop stamps. Is that what this is? Let's keep all this stuff aside in the box here so it's clean. Ah, that's where I threw the instructions. So it looks like there's raindrops. I'm wondering if that's what this is. Where did they get those raindrops? Let's see what the instructions have to say. Nothing. Terrific. Oh, there's extra clouds that we can put on some of those dark cards. So I guess I will try it out on this piece of scratch paper. Oh, I need a bigger block. I'm not quite sure. Let's try it out with the ink they gave us. I just squirt on one side so that I never lose the cover. What is all this? Let's see. No, does that look like raindrops to you? That doesn't look like raindrops to me. It looks like mud. Oh, I think I see the raindrop one over there. Okay, so this is the mud one that they put here. Yeah. They used that on the bottom of this to make mud. That's what they did. Right. And oh, and this one, where's that other stamp? There's so many details I missed on here. And this, okay. What is this? This goes underneath all of those, doesn't it? Yes, that's what they did. I should have done that before putting these on. Oops. That's okay. You don't have to make it exactly the way they did, but I will put some drops. Let's see, here's some raindrops. When I first got my kit of these things that I ordered, that's Stampin' Up! Sells. You get one of every single block, and you get a carrying case to put it in. I saw this and I thought, when am I ever going to use that? Boy, I use this a lot. Oops, there's some glue on that one. Okay. Like I said, I'm priming these because I've never used these before. Not sure. I guess they're supposed to come out like that. Okay, here goes. I'm going to kind of go off the paper a bit and see. I want them to be light. How's that going to look? Nope. Okay, that won't work because they are... put some on this side. Huh. I know I keep saying that, sorry. I'm not sure I like these. That's why I'm making that noise. I'm not sure that I like these raindrops. Still quite undecided. Guess I can put them down here too, instead of those lines that I should have put there, or I could have. Okay, and then where are those little gems? Here they are. So some of these are circles and some of these are raindrops. Let's get my Picket tool and use that to pick these up. Let's see, you can put a couple of drops there. Not sure if you're even going to be able to see them. I guess I can do it. So this is cool. It's a spatula and it also has a pointy end, and it has an end that has like some sticky stuff on it. You've probably seen these. They sell different versions of them everywhere. This is the Stampin' Up! Version. Okay, so I did a couple of those raindrops. Let's do one more. These are kind of cute. These do add something to it in person. You know, these kinds of things are real hard to see on video, but in person I can definitely see how it is going to be something. And I think I'm going to put one on her leg. Let's see if you can even see them. Ah, yes. You see that one right there on her leg? And there's, see, where's the rest of them? There's one right there. Oh, very difficult to see it on video, but you can kind of see it in person. So, yeah. I'm not sure I like that dark gray for the rain. I'm thinking I might use a different color. Seaside Spray. Let's see what that looks like, because that rain is really dark. I don't think I want my rain to be that dark. No, Seaside Spray. Well, that's a little bit too blue. Maybe a lighter gray. Do I have a lighter gray? No, I have basic gray in there. What about in here? No. This is a little something that Nicole made for me. The lady I signed up under for Stampin' Up! Isn't that cute? She put some paper and she did my name, and then I use it to store all my spots. I got all those. I actually have I had three boxes full, but I gave some away because I collected a lot over the years, and so there were some people who needed some craft supplies and did not really have any, so I sent them those spots. I thought that would be a good way for them to start. Yeah, actually this would be good. Okay, to start learning how to do stamping with little ones so they can play with them, and gave them little stamp sets to go with it. It's a good way to start. Alright, so put this back. I try to put my stuff back on here. I'll never find it, especially because it's all see-through, you know. It's really hard to see. So, let's see. Are we done with that one? I guess so. And then, of course, you can always get your Wink of Stella. This is clear. I got clear, and I've also got gold, so I want to make sure I use the clear. Oh, that's the new one I haven't opened yet. That's why nothing's coming out. Here we go. I thought, why is it not working? I'm going to put those on like some of the rest of the raindrops, just to make them look a little glistening. Oh, you know what else we could use? It's kind of hard to see the Wink of Stella on the video too. It doesn't even look any different. What else we could use? Now this is Retired, the Shimmery Crystal Effects. I think this was only in a holiday catalog. I'm thinking maybe there. Okay, gotta get it to come out. So let's see if we put some of those on. Boop. Oh yeah, that'll work just a tiny bit, and if you lift it and stretch it, it'll look like water. Oh, coolio. So this has the same effect as the dried bling bling that we got. Where's the bling bling? Already lost it. It's probably under something. This is why I usually put things away as soon as I'm done with them, because unless I did and just don't realize it. Yep, I put it aside. So when it dries, it'll look like these. So that's what this does, this shimmery. So even though it's retired, which means it's or no longer being sold, it was in a previous seasonal catalog, a lot of demonstrators have tons of this stuff left over. I just have this one. I was kind of frugal last quarter as far as personal spending, since it was Christmas, you know. Well, actually, today is April 1st, so technically last quarter was January to March. However, when this came out in the holiday catalog, so that was September through December, this is the only one I bought, because I figured this one was going to last me a long time, and boy, was I right. Okay, so we doctored that up a bit, or blinged it up a bit, I guess you could say. I guess I'll put some on her. I'll put, ooh, that's still wet. I wonder how long that takes to dry, probably a couple hours. I'm just going to put a little bit here on her boot, because she is out in the rain. Let's see how that's going to look. I'm going to have to smooth that out with my fingers, I think. So it'll give her boots a glossy look, so they'll pop out a little bit more. It's pretty sticky. Yep, this just a little bit more here. Oops, we don't want it on that side. If you turn your head, I'm kind of turning my head funny because I want to be able to see it. The light's hitting it just right where I can see the spots I missed. That'll work. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks cute. So now her boots look real shiny. So it kind of pops, makes the boot that she's wearing pop out just a tiny bit more than everybody else's, or whatever the other ones are lined up against her. I'm not sure why they're all lined up, but I think I'm going to you cut the rest of these up into individual boots. My brain just went on a creative, so put that over there to dry. Because if you take these and you cut them out individually, then you can do that as well. With these. And let's see, I want to know if this fits on top. No, it doesn't. Oh, it fits on top of those, but they're already flowered. Interesting. All right, so that's how big. So if we take these out, you just do each pair separately. Okay. It'll either work or it won't work. There's only one way to find out. All right, let's see. I think it'll work. Careful between the two. There we go. All right. Just cut off those little tabs. Boop. Cool. All right. So I can use these to make more cards. There we go. And there's a saying that Dolly Parton says is famous for. I don't know if it's hers, her original saying, or if she just likes saying it and it's somebody else's. Where's my thing? It says, I have it up here. You have something about you have to, if you want the rainbow, you have to sit through the rain. Where is it? I can't really see it from here. If you want to, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. That's what it says. Sorry, it's very light print on a tan background, so it's hard to see. That's what this reminds me of. If you want the rainbow, you have to put up with the rain. But you could do a lot of, you could do something with a rainbow on it also. There are some stamp sets that have rainbows and unicorns or fairies and stuff that say something about rainbows, so you could use those. Oops, I forgot that piece. Oh yeah, this is going to be cute. This is another way that I stretch out the paper pumpkin. And I'm sure this is not a completely original idea. I really haven't seen anyone else's alternate ideas, and I try not to look at them beforehand so I can come up with my own. But I could only imagine that there's going to be people who have come up with this idea on their own. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Go cut these a little bit closer. And you could cut these even in half and do individual ones and point them in different directions. They don't have to stay like this. Let's see, I want to see how they look if I cut them a little bit close. Yeah, I like it better with the white part, don't you? I think it makes them pop a little bit more. So I'll leave the white. I'll just try to straighten it out. More fussy cutting. Told you I like to fussy cut. So now, let's see. Oops, I don't know why I still have this out. Okay. These are too big for this chick, huh? Yep. Just checking. Let's see. Where's the door? Ah. Now, what could we do with this door? Let me see what these alternate projects show. So we have the door. Well, if it wasn't for the grass, well, we could cut that off and just do it this way. Or, where's this one? We could do right there, and oh, it goes this way. Okay, so we could put that against there. Oh wait, is that bunny supposed to go here? Let's see. That bunny fits in there perfectly. Interesting. Look at how perfect they fit together. That is interesting. So you could put the bunny there. Let's see. And this could be the sidewalk. I'm not sure why there would be a bunny next to your front door. Let's see. These. Yep, you could put these in front like that. Oh, these could go down like that. Here, yeah. And just cross over those. I think I might put 2 of these like that. Of course, then we're back to this thing. Yep. Okay. Doing that, and we could put these 2 there, and just a pair of boots. Bloop. Just a pair of random boots. Why not? Or we could just put the boots, put that there, and just put the boots by the door. Whose bed have your boots been under? Yeah, right. I don't have a bed. I could get a stamp bed and put that. Whose bed have your boots been under? Crazy. All right, I think we're gonna stick with this because that would be pretty. We need to have something pretty. If I put this here and then put this in front, that would give us a little bit of background, or would that be too much? Too much maybe. Yeah, so I'm just going to stamp this because this will be the background and this is going to be the focal point. And do we want some boots next to it? Because it's going to look kind of plain. Let's see, what else do I have? I've got these above the clouds. These would be cool too. Decisions. Okay, let's just jump in. That's the part I have difficulty. I can analyze something until the end of time. I'm going to use my big basic right here. But when it comes to committing it myself to it, that's different. That's when I start wondering, is that what I really want to do? Wow, this is dark. Okay. It's going to be dark. Do we want it that dark? What if we did that and then... I don't know. That's called stamping off. I just got my finger in there. Might work better on, let's see if it works better with this. I don't know. I don't know that I want it to be that hazy in the background. Alright, so let's just put it right there. Done. Whatever. It's done. Good, bad, and different. It's done. Do something. That's what you're saying. Do something, lady. Just do something. Do something with it already. And there are some clouds here that we could use. So do I want to use gray or this? I will use the gray. I mean, that's what they gave it to us for. And they did spend a lot of time trying to create this kit. Boy, those are dark clouds. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure if I want clouds that dark. Again, I think I'm going to try this. Oops, there's still some gray in there. Let's try this. Yeah, that gives it a little nicer color anyway. Oh boy, I forgot to do my sponge. See what happens when you don't have your sponge under here? Let's see if I can do it again. And right over it. There. That came out a little better. It's kind of a 3D look. The way that they set up the stamp for the ink to sit on it. It's kind of cool. And then we'll do a little one. On that side to fill it in. Now, I think we'll do one more and we'll have it going off the paper. Because that creates a little bit of interest and makes it look like the clouds are moving. There. If you say so. Yes, I do. Okay. So far, that's what we got. Not sure how I feel about it. But then we can put this little stinker in front like that. And then what? Then what? Let's see. What saying are we going to put on there? All these little cutouts together. There we go. And I'm moving things around because I'm trying to find, there we go. I usually find things when I start straightening up. Do some of these dimensionals. And put that in front of the door. So far, not terrible. Okay, so this is growing on me. This kit is growing on me, little by little. Sometimes when it gets out of the package, I'm like, wow. And sometimes I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this? And that's what this one is. So it's growing on me. We'll say no matter the weather, we're in this together. Let love grow. Oh, that's what we can do. Let's do that one. Let love grow, because these things are growing. And then we can, where do we want to put that? We can put that there. Let's get one of our little banners. And what color do I want to use? Do I want to use pink or blue? Or actually, I think I'm going to use white or gray paper. Decisions. Maybe I will just stamp it on here directly. Like that, right there. That is such a simplistic looking card. But that's okay. Not all cards have to be we'll use the poppy. Not all cards have to be really complicated, although I like to make complicated cards. But it doesn't have to be complicated to get the point across. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see. What does this say? Amazing things. Wishing you brighter days ahead. I'm just going to do it. Commit, 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 and do it. Oh, that's not too bad. It gives it some color. Let love grow. All right, so there's my first alternate. I think I will put a little bit of bow or something on here. And I just make bows like this, and then I'll cut the pieces off later. It actually, in my mind, saves on string because I'm only using a little bit, and I'm not cutting it until I get exactly how much I want. There, I forget, don't pull your knot tight until you get it the size you want, because then it makes the twine curl up. Oops, I gotta close this before I end up dropping something in it or wearing it. There we go. A little bow to create some interest. Okay, that'll be cute. And I need some glue dots. Hey, I love these glue dots. My sister doesn't really like using these, so I always tell her, send them to me. I'll use them. So if you've got glue dots and you don't want them, hey, let me know. I will pay the postage for the envelope, and you can send them to me. It won't cost you a thing. I'll even give you extra 10 cents for the envelope, or whatever, however much the envelope cost you. I love these. They're small and they're perfect for little things like this. And since cards use little tiny things so often, those are good to have. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. A little bit better. You can't really see the handle. I was going to, what if I cut this a little bit? What I was going to do is put one of my black blings on there for the handle. Can I cut this down a little bit? Would that work? Let's cut this down a little bit so you can see the handle. Yep, oh, that works. Where is my little one? Are these it? I think so. My retired, I gotta keep my retired and my current stuff separate, so that when I'm doing classes I don't bring retired product, right? And this is retired. It was on clearance for a while. I'm not sure if it still is or not. whoops, this has 2 doorknobs. So I'm going to put that in between to cover both of them. There we go. Stay, stay, stay. I might have to put an extra glue dot on there. Nope, that's staying. That's how I test it. I usually press it lightly like that to see if it's going to come up. Let's stay. It'll stay. Alright, so there's the next step. You can't really see it, but you can in real life. Maybe not on the camera. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, you can see it. And I might color in, well, no, because that door's supposed to be in the background and the flowers in the foreground. And we want the flowers to get all of the attention. So we're not going to color in that. Color that in. Put this back on. Here. Okay, that is very cute, and then you can just write whatever note you want inside. Do I want anything inside? I might put a rainbow or another thing of flowers. Oh yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put another thing of flowers in there. I like something that ties the inside and the outside together. And I'll use my snail since I don't want to put this on puffy because then my envelope will end up being too thick. My card will be thick and then I'll have to pay extra postage on my envelope. So do we want to put it right under here, or I'll put it over here to the right. Cool. Alright, and then it's inside. What do you think? And we could also put that something there. No matter the whether we're in it together. I should have put that in the front and put Let Love Grow here. That's okay. They get the picture. What else is here? Oh, these little flowers. Let's see what these look like. Let's do some poppies so we can see them. What do these look like? Okay. Do we have any leaves to go with them? Oh, there's some hearts. Ah ha 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 ha. Yes, we're going to put some hearts on our card. Yes, we are. And of course, they're going to have to be poppy to match. Let's see. Oh, there's 3 different sizes. Sweet. Okay, I need a bigger one, and we can put them all on at the same time and just stagger them like that. Bingo. Like that. That's going to be cute. All right, let's see. Whoops. Sometimes I press too hard and I get ink on the edges here, all around the edges, and so that's also how I end up wearing it. But that's also how I end up getting crap all over my cards. Like when I was making those baskets and I had those red lines across it. Because you don't need to press that hard, really. Not even close. You can just barely touch it on the ink pad and it will work just fine. Okay, so again, wow. What am I so messy for today? Alright, so we're going to do, actually, we're going to go around it. Let's see, so I'm going to do that. And, oops, here it is. And this one. So it'll go around it instead of just diagonal there. And then this one, they'll get smaller as they go. Or bigger. Yeah, let's do bigger as it goes. Down. Whoops. Boy, these are sure sticking to my fingers. Wow. So, see, when you get a small card from someone and you say, oh, this is a small card, they just threw this together. Look at how long it takes to design it and to painstakingly decide how everything's going to look. Then we'll go this way with it too. Whoops. Now I'm going to do one at a time. Oh, I'll do the little ones. I'll do these little ones one at a time, going this way. And one more there. And then I'll do a big one at the bottom. Oops, I need to get it on my mouse pad. There. So, there. It's got some hearts on it. And then we can put a heart down here too, right? We can put a heart right there. There we go. Let love grow. And then there's a heart, so then that will match the inside. Alright, so now I feel like that card is done. That is my alternate. And it took me how many millions of years to do that? And I didn't even use half the stuff I pulled out that I thought I was going to use. And then I ended up doing something completely different, going in a completely different direction. Funny how that happens. Okay, well, it is time for me to go spend some time with my family. It has been a blast, and if today is as slow and uneventful in my house as, as tomorrow, trying to do things and talk at the same time. Not my forte. So if tomorrow is just as slow and boring as today was, then I'll come back on. Maybe on YouTube, maybe on Facebook. I will try to come up with another alternate design for this. It's going to take me all week to get through this paper pumpkin. If it takes me an hour to do one card, maybe it'll take me a month, and then I'll be ready when the next one comes. And if you want to sign up for the next one, you know what? We're going to use these tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to leave these out with my paper pumpkin on my desk. We'll start with a fresh sheet tomorrow. And let these dry. So those are the cards that we did. Cute, cute, cute. Where's the... I gotta get them in the camera. There we go. So tomorrow we will start with a fresh sheet and some new ideas. Here. Put all our toys away. Oops, this still has red ink. I gotta clean all my blocks off first. wash my hands too. Has this still got some red on it? Yeah. This is squeaky clean. Every now and then I wash these in the sink as well. But just so you can see the whole thing. So move this out. That's what this looks like. It's a cool case. It closes like this, and it has a latch. And you carry all of your things in it. Every size you could ever need. Okay, that is it for today, and I hope you had fun crafting with me. Like I said, we will resume this tomorrow and come up with something using Above the Clouds. So if you have the stamp set, get it out. We're going to use it. If you don't have this punch, then you can just cut these out with scissors. Like I said, everything can be fussy cut. Okay, well, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Happy crafting, and cheers to you. Cheers to your health. Thanks, bye-bye.